Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. There are so many ways to listen to good music. Spotify, YouTube, and of course, TikTok. Although there is a lot wrong with social media, one of the things I really like is that it gives people the opportunity to showcase their skills. And TikTok is a great platform for that. So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to some of the best singers on TikTok. I'll be tagging the artist and listing the song in a little bubble at the bottom of the screen.
I don't want you to know that I'm alive because of you.
We have a nice breathy tone going on here, but that's completely by choice. I've talked about this on my channel before, where we want our singing voices to be clean and clear, and we want to use that breathiness as a vocal effect. That's what's happening here, and what it does, it adds to the emotion of the storytelling and of the singing.
I don't want you to know that
I'm alive. So we call that a phonation break, where the vocal folds don't fully vibrate, and then after a second or so, they do.
'Cause I set fire to the rain, then I threw us into the flame. When it felt something dark, 'cause I knew that that was the last time.
This TikToker is Alexander Stewart, and in my opinion, he's one of the best vocalists on TikTok. What I really like about his singing is it's very physical. He uses his full body. You can see him moving around. And some people might say, oh, it's distracting, but I really don't mind it because it helps his sound so much. Also, why is this guy eating carrots and throwing stuff at him?
I can't love you in the dark. It feels like we're all shares apart. There's so much space between us.
Kristen Cruz, I believe she was on The Voice. She makes videos on TikTok where she's singing and she's pouring coffee, and it's really funny. She has such a unique tone. I could have closed my eyes and instantly recognized that's Kristen Cruz. She has such a unique timbre. It's absolutely beautiful, but you know instantly that it's her. I always find her singing very emotional. It kind of hits you in the feels instantly, and I think that comes from that unique timbre, that just beautiful, beautiful sound.
It feels like we're all shares apart.
Listening to Kristen, let's take this opportunity to talk about what belting is. Belting is not and should never be screaming. We have these things called vocal registers, and right now I'm in my chest voice. I speak in my chest voice, and the majority of my singing is in my chest voice. If I want to sing higher in my range, I'll go to my head voice, and that's higher and it's lighter, but it's different from the falsetto. Some people think that head voice and falsetto are the same, but they're not. If I sing in my head voice, it's light, but I'm still in control. Whereas when I flip up to my falsetto, it's, for me, really breathy, and I don't have much control. But back to belting. Belting is singing high, but staying in your chest voice. Let's listen to Kristen one more time so you can hear her singing high, but in the chest voice.
Spend some time away, getting ready for the day you're born again. Spend some time alone, understand that soon you'll run with better men. Alone again, alone again, alone again.
This is exciting. I've never actually heard or seen this TikToker before, and it's a great example of how different techniques can work for different people. Vocal technique is how to sing in a beautiful and sustainable way. But within vocal technique, there are many different methods and different things that you can do that might work for your voice. As we can see here, this singer likes to show the front teeth when they sing. It's very forward like that. That gives us some brightness in the tone. Sometimes I'll tell my students it's like biting into an apple. And clearly what this singer is doing is working because it sounds fantastic. For me, if I had my head that far forward, it would throw off my whole alignment and my sound would be affected. I don't really see or hear that being an issue though.
I can't love you
now we've got more high belting happening. I'm gonna let you in on an industry secret, and you might know it already, but this singer is cheating a little bit, and I highly recommend you cheat as well. When we sing high in our range, some vowels become really difficult to sing. And to make things easier as you sing high and to make the words clearer, you're gonna have to do this thing called vowel modification. All you do is change the vowel as you're singing high. So she sings, there is so much space between us. And that diphthong, space, a, she changes completely. Let's listen again.
There is so much space between us.
So she basically sings, there is so much space between us. It's a very minor detail, very subtle change, but singing an E vowel, that's difficult really high in your range, so she changed it, just space. 9 times out of 10, the listener's not even going to notice.
That Arizona sky burning in your eyes. You look at me and babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul like California gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find.
Another singer using that breathy effect, and it's so emotional. It makes the overall presentation of the song mean a little bit more. I'm not suggesting you use it all the time because there'll be moments where you want to be a little clearer in your voice. You really want to send your sound to the back of the hall. But in this moment, in this song, in this context, it really, really works.
That Arizona sky burning in your eyes.
If instead he sang, that Arizona sky burning in your eyes, and it was really, really clear and really forward, we wouldn't get the same effect. We can still hear the notes, we can still hear the words, but there's breathiness in there that adds to the emotion. I wanna say one thing about music education before we go to the next TikTok, and it's that I'm offering some really great resources on my Patreon. For just $4 a month, you'll get extended versions of all the content I post on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. What I'll often do is I'll post tips or tricks, maybe it's top 3 breathing exercises for singers, something like that. On Patreon, what I'll be doing is posting that video, but then going more in depth on the topic so you can learn even more. You'll get an easier way to connect with me if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts or concerns about your singing voice. I can absolutely help you out.
Do you know how much I'm into you?
Wow, if there's one type of singer that has really emerged from TikTok, it's singers that can riff. What is riffing? Riffing is singing a lot of notes very, very fast. In the Baroque and classical music world, we would call that coloratura. If you want to learn to riff and you've always felt like you can't do it, I promise you that you can. Some voices instinctively have the ability to move really, really fast, but the majority of us don't have that skill set, but you can learn it. If you slow your riffs down and go note by note and gradually speed it up, you will improve. Don't expect it to happen instantly. It will happen over time. Just start slow and gradually speed up. What separates someone who can riff and who can kind of riff, not really, is note clarity.
Do you know how much I'm into you?
It almost sounds like someone recorded their voice and put it on a keyboard and then played it. That's how crisp and that's how clean it is. It may take you a while to get to this level, but if you start slow, you can have that same clarity. Good luck with that.
I can't get this song out of my head. I wanna take you somewhere so you know I care, but it's so cold and I don't know where. I brought you daffodils on a pretty string, but they won't flower like they did last spring.
Now, this is the first lower singer we've had in this video, and this is for all you baritones and basses out there. If you want to sing high and you're really struggling with your high notes, what I really recommend is think about your low notes for a second. Don't underestimate the power of your low notes. This singer does a really great job of this. He starts low in his voice. There's a low part in the song. And then as he sings higher, we don't lose that vibrant, resonant quality. In other words, we don't want we don't want it to sound like two different voices. We want it to be even across your range. As you sing higher, I want you to think lower. What that's gonna do is prevent you from doing anything like that.
I Wanna take you somewhere.
Da 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 da. Nice and resonant.
Yes, you know I can.
Now we're a bit higher, but there's still that resonant, bassy quality there. We haven't lost it.
But he's so cold and I don't know where.
Don't know where. Nice and bassy again.
I brought you daffodils on a pretty string, but they won't flower like they did last spring.
Yeah, so it sounds like the same voice from the low range to sort of the mid-high range. I mean, this song doesn't have a huge jump that he has to do. That's part of the reason we like certain singers so much, is because they sound even through the range. Three fantastic vocalists here, but let's focus on that whistle tone. Whistle tones were really made popular by Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande, but what is it? Earlier in this video, we talked about the chest voice, the head voice, and then the falsetto. Well, there's another tiny little one above the falsetto, and that is the whistle register. This is the vocal register we know the least about.
Understand nothing.
We know that the vibration is taking place at the back of the vocal folds, but it's so hard to film because everything's happening so fast. It takes a lot of air, and the first singer that did it did a great job. The second singer, I think it was more of a joke. They were just seeing if they could do it, but she started to push a little bit. Okay, wow, I really like that. Regan Beam, amazing voice. I also love someone who plays guitar and sings at the same time. I think that's an amazing skill set to have. But Regan, I'm gonna say, is a high tenor. You can hear the timbre, or the texture of the voice, is much higher. When we say the timbre of the voice, what does that really mean? What we're looking at is the quality of the voice. And that doesn't mean if it's good or if it's bad. It's what does it sound like? What are the different colors that you hear in the voice? For example, this voice is light, it's higher. We don't have a lot of chest resonance going on. There's not a lot of like bassiness going on. Whereas in my voice, you would hear more of that because I'm a lower voice type. We also have some raspy singing going on, which I really like. Again, adds to the emotion of it as a vocal effect. You never want it to be your default singing voice. If you have a raspy singing voice by default, you got a problem. We got to sort that out. But if it's an effect, you're in good shape.
I've been seeing lonely people in crowded rooms, covering their old heartbreaks with new tattoos. It's all about smoke screens and cigarettes, looking through low lights and silhouettes.
And on the topic of vocal timbre, see if you can compare the two guitar players. The first singer had a high, light voice. The second singer also had a light voice, but there was a bit more depth of sound. There was a little more of that bassy resonance. What I also want you to notice with this second singer is how simple the mouth shape is. Singing words, we're hearing them clearly, but there's not much going on up here. There's nothing going on here or here or here. It's very relaxed, and I really enjoy that kind of singing. It's simple in its approach, but we still hear all the words, and the words are always very important.
It's all about smoke screens and cigarettes, looking through low lights and silhouettes.
Baby, lock them doors and turn them. Baby, lock them doors and turn them. Baby, lock them doors and turn. Baby, lock them doors and turn them. Baby, lock them doors and turn the. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
I love this video for many reasons, but one reason is that it just shows how different singing voices are when you put them side by side. I feel bad for this third singer because it's clearly out of his range. It's way too low for him, but kudos to him for trying anyway. But the last guy really takes it home.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
We love a southern twang, right? TikTok is full of amazing singers and artists, and all they did was press record and then upload it. You can do the exact same thing. I highly recommend you record yourself singing and then post it. You never know what's gonna happen. That's it for today's video, my friends. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. If you wanna watch more, there's a video about to pop up on your screen in about 3 seconds. Don't forget to check out my Patreon if you want more in-depth videos and you wanna learn how to sing from me. Hope you have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
But Arizona sky